Hello everybody, this is Janice and I'm back with my video number 3 of my distress inks and the Cricut cuts. Just in review, here we used a little fish from the Everyday Paper Dolls. It's a little fish I'm not sure which cut it is, but it is in there. And I cut him on actual dial size, or real dial size if you don't have a gypsy. I cut him to be 3 inches tall. And then on this part 2, we colored him in, blended the colors with our distress inks, and then we went in with some stickles, crystal stickles to be exact. And I used my finger actually off camera, and I just kind of spread it out on the fins. I just wanted it to be more dispersed. So there's that one. And then we water stamped is what we did on this one. We took our mini mister and just sprayed regular water on our 2 different background stamps and just added circles and polka dots just to give him a really fun look. And then we heat dried it. We dried it with a heat tool, and you can see the pattern. And both these fish started this color, which is just paper from Michael's Recollections cream colored cardstock. It looks like this. It's just cream. Okay, that's my favorite paper to cut in the Cricut. Easy to get, simple. I live very close to Michael's, so I can run at a moment's notice and just get my paper. If I run out of black or white or cream, those are the colors I tend to run out of more quickly. Okay, so I'm using a craft mat that I've cut down so it could be small. They usually, they're bigger. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to do, again, blending some colors, and then we're going to use our distress markers, because now we carry these in Michael's. You can get a 5-pack. There's 2 different packs. I'm hoping that they come out with different colors, for the seasons. Maybe in the fall they'll have like more earth tones or something like that. But right now what they have is one that's called Carnival and one that's called, is it Carnival? Anyway, one is primaries and one is more pastel colors. So these come in 2 different packs, and I used a coupon, so it's a great deal. And right now, I just got an email today. If you're a Michael's shopper, there's a 50% off of any paper crafting item. And if they fight you and tell you this is not paper crafting, right on the packaging, I believe it says paper crafting. Because at one Michael's, they said I couldn't use it because it wasn't a paper crafting item. Okay, whatever. And then I went to another Michael's, and the girl at the cash register was a go the extra mile kind of person. And she made a couple calls on her little phone there, and she fought it for me and said, that's a paper crafting item. And so they gave me the 50% off the, what are these? I think they're $12.99 in the store. Okay, so we're going to take 3 colors of distress ink. I'm using the Tumbled Glass, the Chipped Sapphire, and the Weathered Wood. And using the same exact applicator because that's how I roll. I don't worry too much about some things. Other things I'm crazy about. So this I don't care. I just use the same applicator. Blues are blues. Alright, and then I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do next. Let's go with Tumbled Glass next. And just blend them. And get a different look each time, depending on how you decide to apply them. There's so many things that you can do with distress inks. It's mind-blowing, and that's a good thing. And so I'm going to start on the back and just do my, this is weathered wood, which does have a bluish tone to it. It's like a grayish blue is what it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some detail work. Actually, let me go back and add some to the tail. And make the tail darker. Make the fin darker. Okay, there we go. Love it. Now, we're going to take our 2 markers, and these markers, just so you know, it's not an exact color. It's not the exact same color that's in the Faded Jeans marker. If you try to match them exact, again, this is art, okay? It's freeing. Don't get hung up on those things, because then it turns something that's supposed to be fun into something that's not so fun. So just know that ahead of time. It's not exact, but it does have a fine tip and a brush tip. And something I heard from someone else is that you want to make sure when you put the caps on your markers, see, sometimes you might think that the cap is on, but you can see there's a little bit of black there. That means it hasn't clicked. So make sure you know, because we don't want these to dry out. I don't want mine to dry out. So those are the kinds of things that I get crazy about. If my son is using my markers and I tell him to make sure he clicks them and then they're not, that's when I lose it a little bit and say, okay, you can't use my markers anymore, and which is, you know, I'm not proud of, but that's the kind of thing that makes me crazy, because then my marker will dry out and all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do some detail work here, and I'm just gonna doodle. Just do some doodling and have fun, just like you would have done in school. Just kind of play around and maybe outline the entire fish. And just doing a very free line all the way around. Okay, and then maybe we can take, not maybe, we can take, see, click. We can take this tip and, you know what, let's do it with a different color and see what happens. And we can just kind of shade in the fish. And you can still see the line that I created with the first color, because they're translucent colors, so you can see through it. Just cool, cool, cool. Love it. Okay, and we can do it to the fin here, and just kind of go around and just play around. Do it here, and so you don't have to be exact because it's a brush tip, so you're just going to get okay. So you can do as much or as little as you want. Okay, now we can take our water, we can leave it like that if you wanted to, or you can take your water brush and add some blending. The way the water brush works is you can just squeeze it, some water comes out, and then you can just go in and blend the colors. You know, or not, whatever look. This is just to show you some different things that you can do with supplies that are out there, or maybe you just got these and you're not sure now what to do. There are tons of videos here on YouTube showing you all the different things that you can do. Okay, and then if we wanted to spatter on some little spots, we could do that. Okay, and we're going to rush the process along a little bit by adding heat. Heat and water are distress's best friends. Look at that. I'm going to add a few more little specks here because I love how that looks. Now if you don't have a water brush, I mean, you could do that with a mini mister or just a plain old water bottle or just your fingers. Just flick them on with your fingers. That works too. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. And so there we go. So there's our watercolor fish, which, oh my goodness, can you just imagine doing this with your children? I mean, this is something that kids would love to do. I run a summer camp in Bithlo. If you're from the Orlando area and you want to come and help us out, it's a totally, completely volunteer thing. Nobody gets paid, including me. And this would be fun. I should cut out a bunch of fish and just have them do it with water. I'm not sharing my distress markers, but I could bring, you know, just watercolors and let them do this on regular paper. So anyway, that's what you can do. And again, you know, we can add the paper to the back, or we could use maybe a more contrasting color like yellow or orange and make him really bright and fun. Glitter paper, I'm just looking in my, let's see. So I can again do the same, you know, thing I did before. Just cut this. Nothing very precise. Sometimes you just want to do something quickly and just get it done. And there. And now he's really, really bright. And then if I wanted to put a bling on his eye, or a, let's see, how about these dewdrops? I think I got these from, this is one of the racks that I got from someone. But you can just take the little dewdrop and just add it for a cute little eyeball. That's perfect right there. Let's do that. Just gonna put glue stick because it's fast, it's easy, it's inexpensive. Don't have to use your ATG for things like this. And that glue is acid free, so you know, if you're worried about that. You could even use, you know, this is glitter glue, okay? So you could use the glitter glue to add the eyeball, but you could also use it to add your dewdrop, and then now you have an added element of, okay, and we could glitter this guy up if glitter's your thing. So there's another technique, using our blending, adding details with distress markers, and adding a three-dimensional item for the eyeball, this being these dewdrops, which Michael's used to carry. Now, if you find them, they're usually in the clearance. But you could also, if you cannot find these, go in the floral department and you will find, let's see, other things you can use. You will find these. They're in a great big gigantic bag. I've only bought these once, but they come in a bag and they're supposed to go in a vase for you to put flowers in. But if you could color them with alcohol inks and things like that. If you know what that is, that's what you could do. Or, you know, if you just have simple beads, Okay, simple bead would do the trick as well. Let's see here. It doesn't have the flat back, but see, that would work too. So we could do that to that guy, just for something different. And then maybe this guy, we could do a sequence eyeball. Let's get our sequence. I'm going to use our glitter glue again. But you know what, just to be different, just so you know, Glossy Accents makes a great glue. This is what it looks like. My Michaels has, or one of my Michaels, the Oviedo one, had several bottles of the Crackle Accents, which is Glossy Accents that cracks. That was on the clearance. I think it was like $3.49 or something, which is a great deal. Even if you don't use it for the crackle effect, you can use it just for glue. It's a great glue. So there's our little bead eyeball. And then it could do a sequence eyeball on this guy over here. Here's what the Crackle Accents looks like. See, it's the same product, but this one crackles. So I'm just going to use it for glue. And there's our eyeball there. Okay, so there's 3 fish, 3 different eyeballs. Okay. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.